Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about why we harp so much on the one-step drill and the no-step drill with this guy. Before we dive into it, make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button. That greatly helps us out. Thank you to those who've already done so. Today, again, no-step drills, one-step drills. Why do we talk about them so much?
Why do we talk about that so much?
Yeah, why? That's
well, I was hoping you were going to tell them why.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm going to tell you why. All right, so the purpose of a no-step drill is we want to strip everything out of your mind. If you're thinking about too many things, if you're thinking about where are you holding the ball, when are you pushing the ball away, what do your steps look like?
I can't believe I missed that last spare.
Yeah, there's too many things in your head. We want to strip it all out, get you just to the line, and say, what are we going to focus on in terms of our actual release? So when we're talking about hand position, this is what we're really focusing on. So we're going to start here. Troy's going to grab a ball. He's going to start at the line, and we're going to start out already in your finished position. So he's starting as if he's already slid, foot's there, he's right there. Now, he's going to be thinking about, what do I want to do with my hand? Whether you're thinking about how much you're cupping, uncoiling, turning, whatever it is you're doing with your hand, this isolates this and say, I'm just going to focus on that. So now everything's out, you can go back, focus on the swing. What we really care about, again, it's not where the ball goes, it's not what the ball looks like, it is what does the ball look like coming off your hand? Are you accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish? And by stripping everything else out, that's what the no-step drill does. And you need to do these over and over and over again because you're trying to build muscle memory. We talk about that constantly, how muscle memory is super important. And if you've been bowling for a long time, you likely already have other muscle memory built in, and you have to kind of chip away at that and build new muscle memory. So let's go ahead and do that again. Foot planted, focusing on what he wants to do with his hand at the release. I'm dealing with a back injury, so I'm just throwing a 9-pound ball today. I don't want to exert too much effort, but for me, when I was doing this most recently, it's when I was really trying to get on the inside of the ball. So you'll hear a lot of people talking about, instead of having your hand being back here, getting your hand on the inside of the ball, turned here, working inside out. And when I was working on this, I was taking J.R. Raymond's training, which he was talking about, thinking about having your knuckles come in and kind of scrape your calf and as you come through and release. And so my normal release might have been this, but I had to really think about getting the knuckles in and out. And so what I was doing is I knew if I took all my steps into play and tried it, it might be more difficult. So I worked on trying to get into my finished position, and I thought about knuckles in, okay? Knuckles in. So as I got out for the no-step drill, knuckles in. And I can focus on that part, and I just do it over and over and over again. So that by the time I start to incorporate my steps, now I'm a little more used to it, and I come through and it feels much more natural. If you're a two-hander for a no-step, you still get into your finished position. Now you got two hands on the ball, and you're doing the same thing, okay? You're focusing on whatever you need to do to release as a two-hander. See, now he lost his balance, and so that's something that he would work on and be like, how can I throw the ball? Yeah, but you're not sliding.
I'm not sliding. I was trying to use an excuse.
I know. So basically, if you're falling out of the shot, he's now got some balance issues, so that could be something he's going to work on as a two-handers. How do I get through here with balance? Do that with a no-step, and you can really focus on how that feels.
So let's try that again, and maybe not fall off, right?
All right, so why do we do a one-step drill then? So one-step drill, the main focus for a one-step drill has to do with timing. You're wanting to get the timing of when that ball hits the peak. So as your backswing comes here and it hits the peak and before it starts to come down is when you should be driving into your slide step. So no matter what your other steps look like, you should be at a point where you're here, and as it starts to come down, go into that slide. So you're wanting to come back here. As soon as the ball hits the peak in the back, you're going to time it so it's as it comes down, push and throw. this is a signal for you. You hit that peak, that's a signal to go. So I'm working with somebody, they're gonna take a step back from the line. All right, then I'm gonna have them just swing without a step. So you're gonna start by swinging it, and I'm gonna have them, when you feel that spot right there, when that hits that spot right there, that's your signal to now step. That's getting your timing right. That's getting your timing right, so you feel it and then go. We see too many people that start to go and then they throw, or they come here and then they step and then they're back here and then they're using all upper body to throw the ball. You want to harness that power by coming back and getting your timing. We did a whole video on timing, and that's how we worked on that. Now, the other thing it can do is, whatever you were working on in your no-step drill, now take a step back and try to incorporate the same thing in a one-step, so you're getting used to now movement with whatever that motion was. So it's timing as well as incorporating whatever you worked on the no-step drill. So what were you thinking of when you did the no-step drill?
Well, the only thing I'm thinking of is just, just come out of the ball clean and always make sure that you're hitting your mark. So, you're looking at your mark and that's where you're throwing your ball.
So he's focused on extending his hand through toward his mark. So now he can incorporate that into his one step so they can get the timing and then know what it feels like to step into it while having that same focus on the mark. So go one step.
Come up to the line, take a step back.
Same thing when we get into the one-step drill. As a two-hander, you're going to take a step back. You're going to get right here. Okay, whatever it is I'm working on. In this case, I'm working on keeping my swing straight and not coming around my body. So if I'm working on this, come back, step into it. I'm getting that timing of back here and stepping into it. So that's what you're focusing on with the one-step drill.
For sure.
So that's the objective of the one-step drill. So no-step drill. Focus on only one thing, whatever it is, your hand position, your targeting, whatever you're trying to work on, start with that no step and do it over and over and over again. When you feel like you're doing pretty good, take a step back and incorporate a one step into that drill. One step drill also, like I said, it's about timing. If you're struggling with your timing, start with a one step drill and get used to what it feels like when that hand hits the peak to step into it. With the timing, you can go back and watch our other video on timing, but you can then start to bring it back and incorporate 2-step, 3-step, 4-step until you're into all of your steps and you've got the timing down just right. But start with that one step drill because you need to feel what that feels like. And again, you're building muscle memory, so do it over and over and over again. So, with that said, that's the objective. That's the reason why people focus on those specific drills. So when your coaches, if you're working with a coach and they're talking about no-step drills and one-step drills, and you think, I hate these.
The kids are not going to like it at first either.
Don't hate them. They have a specific purpose. They do a lot of good. There's a reason why all of these people focus on it. So do the one-step drills, do the no-step drills, and do them when you practice by yourself.
Absolutely.
If you have the ability, and I realize some people think, well, I'm paying for the game, so I want to bowl a game. And I get that mentality, but if you're using practice as actual practice to try to get better, use an entire game of doing nothing but no-step and one-step drills. I guarantee you, every professional out there, when they work on drills, they work on tweaking something in their hand or tweaking something in their approach, they start with no-step and one-step drills, and they will do them a number of times to begin a practice. So take that to heart, do that yourself, and see your scores improve.
As coaches, we, like I said, we I don't want to say battle, that's not the right word, but the kids don't always enjoy the one-step drill because they want to bowl, they want to throw the games up there and show off or whatever. But once they learn that the one-step drill, the no-step and the one-step drill gave them the improvement that they didn't realize they were gaining at the time, they were all for it. So,
yeah. So hopefully this all helps you guys out. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Comment if you got comments down there as well. We love to read those and give you feedback. But we appreciate you guys, and see you guys on the next video.
Thank you for everything. We appreciate you guys. That's it. Do it. See you guys.